Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So today is Monday and it looks like another busy week of Raid ahead of us. Now, when is Raid not super busy these days, right? It feels like every week the activity requirements keep ramping up. So I've done something occasionally that I'd like to make a regular habit and share with you that I think will help us all out. Now, this idea came out of all of the Fragment event and Fusion event calendar videos that I've been doing over the past several months, where we take a look at the Fusion event in front of us, kind of plan our way through it. I think doing so increases our chances of success. It feels like you enjoy those videos as well. The responses are always very positive. And it occurred to me, we don't have to wait until a Fragment event to make a plan. We can look at the week ahead every single week and kind of identify areas where there might be particular value. Or we can remind ourselves of all of the reset timers so we don't miss out on any of the activities that we're supposed to be doing regularly. We can even maybe identify some areas of lower activity where we can take a little bit of time away from Raid and better balance our in-game time with our time doing life and work and family and all the other things that are important to us. Maybe even reduce the FOMO that Plarium seems to be constantly pushing. So that's what we're going to do today. I did a video like this last week. It was well received. It wasn't my intention to make this a regular series, but you can let me know in the comments below whether you or not you think it would be a valuable weekly video, probably on Monday, to look at the week ahead and just plan out our raid activities. I'm going to try it. We're going to see. So I hope you're ready for it. There's a lot to cover. I'll try to get through it as quickly as I can. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining our Discord community. Also, don't forget, I will be live streaming tomorrow. That's Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be my Takeover Tuesday live streams where I give away free takeovers to members of my Discord community. You should come check it out. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's get to the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out the news page here because there's a lot of information here. We often skip over it to try to get into the game because it's like a pop-up we just want to get out of our face. But there is good information here. It's always good to go back when you have a moment and check out the news. The first thing is that the Forge Pass for Season 15 is ending soon. I believe that's in about 16 hours. It will be after the server reset. So that's really important because you actually have 2 days left of quests that you can do to get your Rathalos rewards. So make sure that you complete it today, and then right after reset, if you have time, you can do another set of challenges and get those rewards as well. One of the good things about a season ending, I think, is that we know we have a little bit of time before the next season begins. Kind of lowers the activity requirement for a minute, although there's going to be plenty of other things going on. All right, the second thing here is that the Ancora Fragment event is ending. All of the events are currently up. So any event that is not up right now is either done or, there's nothing new coming. So you can figure out your fragments, figure out if you have enough to complete it. I have completed my Ancora on my main account, and I failed on my HH Challenge account. Unfortunately, I'm going to come up 5 fragments short, which is too bad. But remember that that event ends soon, which is really important because literally as soon as that event ends, we get the Blade Master Titan event. Now, this event is going to be important pretty much for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're free to play or a spender, how long you've been playing, because if you have Rathalos, which everybody should have Rathalos at this point, this is going to be an opportunity to get some souls for the Rathalos Blade Master. Now, the way this Titan event works is it's basically a fusion. It's a little bit friendlier than a fusion because you do get a lot of intermediate rewards that you don't get in fusions. But again, you're going to have to be doing tournaments and events, completing those in order to get points towards the Titan event that gives you souls. Now, you can go in here and read, and it basically tells you that there will be, let's see, it looks like 1,700 Blade Master points, but you will only need 1,500 Blade Master points to get the 4-star soul. You don't actually have to get the 4-star soul to get value out of this event. I would suggest prioritizing this to at least get a 2 or 3-star soul, because that should be easy enough for pretty much every player to get. Even if you're early in the game, you're going to be able to get the 1-star soul hopefully pretty quickly. And by getting the 1-star soul, you can get a blessing on your Rathalos, and that'll speed up or improve your chances of getting the rest of the souls. The 4-star soul is going to be relatively tricky to get if you're a newer player, but you can go ahead and look at that tomorrow. It will pop tomorrow, and you'll get all of the kind of reward track out. We don't actually know what the events will be, but you will see those in the event tab and in the tournament tab. We'll look at that in just a moment. I also want to take on this Bannerlord Summons event. I think this is an awful event, and I think everybody should avoid it. I think spenders should avoid it, and I think free-to-play players should avoid it. There's really no value here. There's almost no value. Remember that this is just a 1x regular event, like no increased chances to actually succeed with your shard pulls. If you are a free-to-play player, you would much rather wait for a 2x event because you need more legendaries than just in the Bannerlords. The only kind of player that I think this could be valuable for is somebody who is very specifically trying to complete the Bannerlords faction crypts and could really use any good champion, and is a relatively large spender. Because if you're a small spender, I wouldn't spend here at all. I don't think it's good value. So I would stay away from this summon event and just save up your shards. We'll have a 2x event in 2 weekends from now. So be patient. Okay, so we also want to take a look at our tournament and events pages. So let's start with tournaments. It's always good to check in with these pages several times a week to just make sure you know what tournaments are coming. Because remember, it does preview tournaments in advance, events in advance, so you can get at least 24 hours warning about a new tournament or event about to drop. So we have 2 White Queen and Korra events that are still going on, the Ice Golem tournament and the Classic Arena Takedown. I've already got my rewards from these, so I don't need to worry about them. But if you are looking for additional rewards or additional fragments, I don't need the Ice Golem. I've already got my fragments, so I'm not doing this one because I don't like Ice Golem. I don't think the sets are particularly good. But again, you know, you could come in here. Now, one thing to consider is there are some soul coins or whatever they're called, and some soul stones as rewards to some of these events and tournaments. And so, for instance, if you go to the Sand Devil, you know, you can get an Immortal Soul Stone up here. You can get whatever the Soul Stone, the regular Soul Stone down here. And so these might be valuable for you because there is a Soul Stone event coming up. So if we look at the events, you'll notice down here, there is a Soul Stone Rush that is launching in 15 hours from this time of recording. It'll be less time when you look at this in game. But I don't know whether or not this is the best event for Soul Stones. I just know that right now, Soul Stones are good to pull for Cintranos, right? I'm trying to get souls onto all of my built champions, 2-star souls, 3-star souls, any kind of souls, so that I can use more of my roster in Cintranos. So this may be a good time to pull your Soul Stones. And as a result, those Soul Stone rewards and those coins that are rewards from other events and tournaments may be valuable to you so that you can get more points in the Soul Stone Rush. The rewards from Soul Stone Rushes, it's kind of awful. The points that you get are really bad. I don't like these events. I don't think they're great value, but they are a little bit of added value to something you probably want to do already. Pull your Soul Stone. Now, this is not a Titan event. You can see that this Dungeon Divers event has the Blade Master Titan event banner on it. So that pink banner over here lets you know whether or not it's a Titan event. So you do want to be careful about overspending resources for the Soul Stone Rush if you are interested in the Blade Master Titan event, if you want to try to complete all of it and get the 4-star soul that is the top reward. And again, we will get more information about the Blade Master Titan event in just over 14 hours. One of the things I don't love about these Titan events is that they don't give us a full calendar of events the way they do for a fusion. So unfortunately, it's a little bit of just relying on your experience from past events to know what's coming and just keeping your ears open, paying attention to the community, watching the CCs, you know, being in the Discord feeds, making sure that you kind of know what's coming so you can plan a little bit ahead of time. But in a lot of cases, you're not going to get more than a 24-hour warning that these events or tournaments are coming out. So these are really the pages that you want to be paying attention to this week. And remember, this is actually going to be a 2-week event, so it's going to be next week too. Okay, so I do think that kind of sets us up for knowing what's coming, but don't forget about your timers, your regular activities in game, and there are a lot going on right now. Let's start with the clan quests. The clan quests will be ending in 13 hours, so make sure that you complete any current clan quests that you're holding on to and get ready to select your new clan quests tomorrow. So this happens, you know, roughly 5 or 6 hours, about 6 hours after server reset. I don't know what time zone you're in. For me, I'm going to be asleep, So I will have to pick up these clan quests in the morning. Additionally, Arena just reset. So you want to make sure you go in and reset all of your defenses, especially in Tag Team Arena. Go in and put in your one-man defenses. This is the best way to farm those gold bars. Early in the week, you want to lose a lot. You want to put out one-man defenses so you can be knocked down into the lower area of the whatever rank you happen to be in. And that's going to, you can see all these one-man defenses. That's going to allow you to just farm gold bars really easily. And then you can worry about putting your true defense back in when the timer usually says about 2 days, maybe 3 days, depending on where you are and how interested you are in getting promoted. Maybe even only 24 hours if you have strong teams and you're just trying to hover in the same tier that you're in currently. You might also want to do this in your regular classic arena if you want to put in a one-man defense and, you know, not progress too high up the difficulty level, because basically as you get more points, you're going to come up against people who are trying to push for platinum if you're here in gold 5 like I am. And so, you know, this is a good time for me to put in a one-man defense. And so I have got my one-man defense going on. And yeah, so make sure that you reset your defenses for Arena. But don't forget, you know, today is Monday. Say by Friday, probably around Friday, you want to be swapping back in your full defenses. Now, there is another weekly timer we have to worry about, and that is the Hydra boss. We have 1 day and 17 hours here, so just about 2 days to get your Hydra keys done and not miss out on Hydra Clash. So the thing about Hydra, you know, is that for me at least, it always gets pushed until the last moment. You can see I have all 3 of my keys here, but just knowing on Mondays that I can look ahead and say, okay, maybe I want to do a key today, maybe I want to do a key tomorrow, just make sure that I get my keys used, help my clan in Hydra Clash and get my chests, get my rewards, my protection sets, my stone skin sets, the, you know, the accessories. There's so many valuable rewards there, even soul stones. So make sure that you don't miss out on your Hydra rotation this week. Finally, there is a much bigger reset that is happening right now, which is that we are at the end of this Doom Tower rotation. Now, this one's really important because the next one is Dark Fae. So you want to make sure that if you haven't completed your ascension up the tower, that you do so. You have 2 days worth of keys. You have today, and then after the reset, you have additional keys. Remember, you always get additional set of keys because the reset gives you keys, but the actual reset for the Doom Tower happens not on the server reset, but several hours later. So you do have actually 2 sets of keys, and so you can push 20 floors potentially and get any last rewards that you may have left. Also, don't forget your secret rooms. I haven't actually done any secret rooms this month, so I'm going to spend a lot of time today doing secret rooms, so I make sure that I get my fragments both in normal Doom Tower and in hard Doom Tower. Now, Cintranos, the Cursed City, is not resetting for almost 3 weeks, but I do want to remind you to try to use your keys every day. Also, by the way, I have said this before, I even put out a shorts video on this. If you ever get the advanced quest that requires you to do 2 stages of Cursed City and you can't push new stages, you can repeat stages you've already conquered to complete that advanced quest. That's really important so that you can get all of the extra energy and resources and, you know, move on towards your legendary tomes and stuff like that. So don't let that quest make you think that you can't complete it. You can complete it. All you have to do is clear 2 stages of the Cursed City, and it doesn't matter if you cleared them before or not, but we still have 3 weeks out there, so go ahead and get all of your resources, get your gear drops. It's a great place just to pick up some free stuff. All right, and so just a reminder also that this week is no CVC, and next week should be a personal reward CVC, so you may want to hold on to your White Queen Ancora to summon during next week's CVC if you don't need her immediately. But also, it's okay to pull her. If she's going to add value today, remember, that's basically 8 days of value you're getting out of that champion. That could be extra rewards in Cintranos. That could be extra rewards in Doom Tower. It could be extra rewards in other places of the game. So don't hesitate to pull White Queen Ancora if she's going to improve your roster right now. But if you don't have to pull her, you may want to hold on to her until the next CVC. That would be a week from tomorrow. Okay, so that is it. Definitely let me know what you thought about this format. Did you find this information helpful? Is it going to help you plan out your week and improve your chances of success, or maybe help you get out of the game a little bit and better balance your time in Raid with the rest of your life? I do have one last personal announcement. I saved it all the way for the end here. I don't want to make a huge deal out of it, but you should know my wife and I are expecting our first baby in April. We're very excited about it. Obviously, I have a busy life. That's one of the aspects of my life that I haven't shared with you yet, but that's another reason why it's been so busy around here. And so, yeah, we're expecting a baby boy in April. We're very excited, and just thought you should know. Okay, that is it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out. I have been Cole Red, and I will see you in another video soon.